house is quiet now in the worst way, after the words you both wish you could take back. Before you let the sun go down on it, sit with me for a moment. I know you almost turned this off, because tonight you do not feel like listening to anyone. Your chest is still tight, and the conversation keeps playing again, the same lines, the same sharp edges. And yet you are still here, which tells me a part of you is reaching for peace. You do not have to be calm to stay. You do not have to be ready to forgive, or even ready to talk to that person again. You only have to be willing to sit here for a few minutes and let your shoulders come down. So breathe slowly with me, and let the noise inside you grow a little quieter, just for now. Before we go any further, let me be honest with you, because honesty is where peace begins. What you are about to hear is an encouragement drawn from the Bible, a reflection offered in faith. It is not a private message from heaven about your situation, and it is not a prediction about how things will turn out. It is not a verdict on who was right tonight, and it is not a script for what you should say tomorrow. It is simply the steady comfort of Scripture, read gently over a tired and aching heart. And there is one verse I want to rest everything on tonight. It comes from the letter to the Colossians, chapter 3, verse 13. Listen to it slowly, the way you would listen to someone who loves you. Forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. Read it again in your heart. Bear with one another, the Scripture says, and forgive one another. Even when there is a real grievance, even when the hurt is fair, forgive. Not because the wound was nothing, but because you have already been forgiven that much and more. This is not a command to pretend the pain away. In the Scriptures, this is the voice of love, teaching tired people how to lay a burden down. And tonight, that ancient kindness is being spoken over you, right where you sit. So let these words come to you the way the Bible means them, as if the Father himself were sitting beside you in the quiet and saying, "My child, I saw the whole evening. I saw the moment the conversation turned, the word that cut deeper than it should have. I saw the look on your face, and the look on theirs, and the silence that fell after. You are not hiding any of it from me, and you do not need to. I am not here to take sides against you. I am here to help your heart find its way back to peace. I know what you have been doing since the room went silent. You have been replaying it, line by line, building the case you wish you had made. You have thought of the perfect thing to say, an hour too late. And underneath the anger, there is a colder fear that you will not say out loud. The fear that something is broken now that cannot be put back the way it was. My child, hear me in that fear. A hard night does not get the final word over a real bond. Words spoken in heat are not the whole truth of what you mean to each other. The relationship is not measured by its worst 10 minutes. What feels shattered tonight is very often only bruised, and bruises heal when they are treated gently. Think of all the years that came before this one evening. Think of the laughter you have shared, the ordinary mornings, the times you leaned on each other without even noticing you were doing it. One argument does not erase all of that, no matter how loud it was. The love underneath did not vanish the moment the voices rose. It simply went quiet for a while, the way the ground goes still under a passing storm. And quiet love can be found again when both hearts are ready to look for it. There is a voice that always speaks the loudest after a fight. It uses your own tone, so it sounds like wisdom and not like an enemy. It tells you that you are always the one who has to give in, that giving in makes you a fool. It tells you the other person will never change, so why should you soften at all? And it whispers that holding the grudge will keep you safe from being hurt again. My child, that voice is not telling you the truth. Bitterness has never once kept anyone safe. It only builds a wall in the dark and then leaves you alone behind it. So when that voice starts its familiar speech tonight, answer it gently. When it says holding on makes you strong, the truth says letting go sets you free. When it says forgiving means you lost, the truth says forgiving means you are no longer carrying the weight. When it says peace is weakness, the truth says peace is the braver thing by far. You do not have to win the argument in your head tonight. You only have to stop letting it run on a loop. So if you are lying awake tonight with a heart that will not settle, this is for you. If you are the one who said too much and you already wish you could unsay it, this is for you. If you are the one who was wounded and the hurt is still ringing in your ears, this is for you. If it was your husband or your wife and the bed feels colder than it has in a long time, this is for you. If it was your mother or your father and the old patterns flared up the way they always do, this is for you. If it was your child and you are afraid of the distance growing between you, this is for you. If it was a friend you have loved for years and now you do not know how to break the silence, this especially is for you. You do not have to pretend you are fine here. You do not have to decide who was right before you are allowed to rest. Come as you are, with the anger and the ache and the regret all tangled together. Whatever role you played in tonight, large or small, you are still welcome here in this quiet. If you spoke first and harshest, you are welcome here. If you only listened and felt the wound land, you are welcome here. If the truth is somewhere in the middle, and it usually is, you are welcome here just the same. There is no part of this you have to clean up before you are allowed to bring it to me. You can lay the whole tangled evening down exactly as it happened, and let me sit with you in it. In the Gospel of Matthew, there is an invitation that is simple and wide open. It calls all who are weary and weighed down to come and to be given rest. Notice who is invited tonight. Not the ones who handled the conflict perfectly. Not the ones who never lose their temper, never say the wrong thing, never have to apologize. The weary are invited, and the heavy laden, and that is exactly what you are tonight. You do not have to fix everything before you are allowed to lay it down. The scriptures never say, "Come," once you have made peace with everyone. They say, "Come, and rest will be given." And I want to speak gently to the pride that is standing in the doorway of your heart right now. You know the feeling. The one that says you will apologize only after they do. The one that keeps score, that counts who started it, that refuses to be the first to bend. I understand it, because pride is often just a wounded place wearing armor. But that armor is heavy, and you were not made to sleep in it. Being the first to soften is not the same as being weak. Often it is the strongest person in the room who is brave enough to reach across first. You are not losing anything by laying down the grudge. You are only setting down a stone you were never meant to carry into the night. Think for a moment about how many times you yourself have needed grace. The times you spoke too sharply and were forgiven before you even asked. The times you were short with someone who did not deserve it, and they let it go. The times you got it wrong, badly wrong, and love stayed anyway. This is the heart of the verse I read over you tonight. Forgive, the scripture says, even as you have been forgiven. Not because the other person earned it, but because you remember what it felt like to be shown mercy you could not earn. The grace you have received was never meant to stop with you. It was meant to flow through you, especially to the people closest to your heart. The ones closest to us are often the ones we wound most easily because they are near enough to reach. And they are also the ones most worth the patience it takes to mend things. Forbearing one another, the verse says, bearing with each other's rough edges, even on the nights when it is hard. No one close to you has ever been easy to love every single moment, and neither of you. Love is not the absence of friction. It is the willingness to stay tender through it. Now, I know you may not feel ready to forgive yet, and I am not rushing you. Forgiveness is not a feeling you can force, and it is not a switch you flip in a single night. It is more like a road you choose to start walking, one quiet step at a time. You can begin tonight simply by being willing, even if your heart is not all the way there. You can say, I do not feel it yet, but I do not want to carry this forever. That honest willingness is enough for tonight. The softening can come slowly, the way warmth returns to cold hands, a little at a time. And while you wait for your own heart to soften, let me speak to the loneliness that always creeps in after a fight. The house may be silent right now, and that silence can feel like a wall between you and the person on the other side of it. You may be lying there wondering if they are awake too, wondering if they feel any of what you feel. You are not as alone in this as the quiet makes you believe. So many hearts are lying awake tonight in homes just like yours, replaying their own arguments, carrying their own regret. The ache you feel is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that you are a person who loves, and love is tender enough to be wounded. You are not weak for hurting tonight. You are simply human, and you are not facing this in a place where no one understands. And let me speak to the words that were said, the ones still echoing in the quiet house. Some of them were true, and some of them were only the pain talking. You do not have to sort all of that out tonight. But hear this carefully, my child. You are not the worst thing you said in that argument, and neither is the person you love. People say things in the heat of a moment that do not match the whole of their heart. The scriptures speak of mercies that are new every morning, new every single morning, which means there is fresh mercy already waiting for both of you tomorrow. Tonight does not have to be the version of this story that you carry forever. Morning has a way of softening what the night made sharp. So many things look unforgivable at midnight that look merely human by the light of day. The exhaustion, the tone, the long day that came before the argument, all of it shaped what was said. None of that excuses a hurtful word, but it does help you hold it with a little more mercy. The person you love is tired and flawed and human, exactly like you. And mercy given to them tonight is not a betrayal of yourself. It is a gift to your own peace. When you choose to see them as struggling rather than as your opponent, the knot in your chest begins to loosen. So let me ask you to lay down a few things you were never meant to sleep with. Lay down the case you have been building in your mind, the list of everything they did wrong. Lay down the cold satisfaction of being right, if being right is costing you your peace. Lay down the fear that this is the end of something when it may only be a hard chapter in something that lasts. You were not made to carry the grudge through the night, and you do not have to carry it alone. I want you to picture, just for a moment, what tomorrow could look like if you let some of this go tonight. Not a perfect tomorrow, and not a guarantee that everything is instantly mended, but a tomorrow where you wake up lighter because you stopped rehearsing the fight in your sleep. A tomorrow where a small word, a softened tone, a willingness to listen opens a door that pride had slammed shut. Peace very rarely arrives all at once. More often it begins with one heart deciding to stop the war inside itself first. And that one heart can be yours tonight, no matter what the other person decides to do. You cannot control what they are feeling in their own quiet room right now. You cannot make them say sorry, and you cannot reach across and soften their heart for them. But you can tend to your own. You can refuse to let the bitterness take root and harden overnight into something colder. You can choose, even now, to want peace more than you want to win. And often when one person quietly lays down their weapon, the other slowly finds they can lay down theirs too. Peace is rarely loud at first. It begins as a small willingness in one tired heart in the dark. I want to remind you of something the anger has been hiding from you tonight. This person you argued with is not your enemy. They are someone you chose, or someone who has shared your life, or someone whose story is woven into yours. The very fact that this hurts so much is a sign of how much they matter to you. We do not ache like this over people we do not love, so that the ache remind you of the love underneath, rather than feeding the resentment on top. The hurt and the love are not enemies. The hurt is only proof that the love is real. So tonight, let your prayer be a simple and honest one. If these words have softened something in you, you do not need to do anything dramatic. You do not owe anyone a performance, and you do not have to prove your faith to a stranger. But if you would like, you can turn this quiet moment into a small prayer. It can be as simple as this. Lord, my heart is heavy and a little hard tonight. Help me to let go. There are no perfect words for this. The scriptures show that God meets people in their groans, in their tears, in their prayers too broken to finish. Your honesty is enough. And if a name comes to mind right now, a person you have been at odds with, you do not have to text them tonight or fix it all this minute. You can simply hold them in this quiet for a moment and let the edge come off your heart toward them. Now, here is one gentle but important reminder, and I will not rush past it. Faith is a deep comfort, but it is not a replacement for care. If a relationship in your life has become heavy in a way that frightens you, or if you do not feel safe, please reach out to someone you trust, a counselor, a wise friend, or someone who can truly help. Some burdens are meant to be carried with other people, not alone. Asking for help is not a failure of faith, and it is not weakness. It is wisdom, and it is brave. And before we come to the end, let me ask one simple thing of you. Be gentle with yourself tonight, the way I am gentle with you. I am not telling you the whole thing is suddenly resolved. I am not handing you a promise that tomorrow the other person will say all the right things. I am telling you what faith has always whispered to aching hearts, that peace can begin in you tonight, even while the rest is still unfinished. You do not have to fix the whole relationship before you are allowed to rest. You only have to let go of what you were never meant to hold through the dark. Forgiveness does not mean you are saying the hurt did not matter. It does not mean you are pretending the words were never spoken or that everything is suddenly fine. It simply means you are choosing to set the weight down, so it stops poisoning your own peace. The grudge was never hurting them as much as it was hurting you. When you forgive, you are the first one set free, long before anything else is mended. You are loosening a chain that has been wrapped around your own heart all evening. And you can do that tonight, quietly, without a single word to anyone, simply by being willing to let it go. So as this message comes toward its close, let me leave one thing in your hands to carry into tomorrow. The hardness you feel tonight does not have to be permanent. The scriptures show again and again that what looks broken can be mended, that walls can come down, that the distance between two people is never beyond the reach of grace. Bear with one another, the verse says, and forgive one another, even as you have been forgiven. That is not a weight laid on you. It is a door held open for you. I will not promise you exactly how it mends, or when, or what the other person will choose. You have been handed enough easy promises that did not hold, and I will not add to that pile. But I can leave you with what the scriptures say with quiet confidence. You are not meant to carry the grudge into the night. You are meant to lay it down and rest. So let your shoulders come down now, not because everything is settled, but because you do not have to settle it all tonight. Take one more slow breath with me, and let this be the truth you fall asleep on. You are loved. You are not alone in this, and a softened heart is never a defeat. If quiet words like these bring you peace, you are always welcome to stay close to this small corner of the internet, where we simply sit with the scriptures together. And wherever tomorrow takes you, and whatever conversation still waits to be had, may you walk into it carrying peace instead of the weight of the night. Peace be with you, my friend. Rest now.